Recording.
Well, good morning everyone. Can I give you all a very, very warm welcome to Aberdeenshire Licensing Board. It's Wednesday the 9th of February 2022. Please note that the board meeting is being live streamed and will be recorded and published online for public viewing after the meeting. Can members activate their cameras where possible to enable you to join by video? And can all attendees please mute their microphones when not speaking? Please do not come in during items unless I invite you to do so. Can I confirm that all members have been able to access the papers for today's meeting in advance? I take it silence means that you have. Thank you. If members wish to speak at any point, please notify me via the instant message function in the Skype meeting invite, or if you have dialed into the meeting, indicate by stating your name and the item you wish to speak on, and I will bring you in at an appropriate time. If any members lose connection or have any technical issues during the meeting, please alert the Deputy Clerk by Skype instant message if possible. Support will be available today from the ICT officer, who today is Tiago Alves. So we go into the agenda proper. We have item number 1. We'll go through the surden and apologies. Deputy Clerk, please.
Thank you very much. Please confirm you're present when your name is read out. Mr. Peter Argyle?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Mr. Stephen Calder?
Good morning, present.
Good morning. Mrs. Marion Ewanson?
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Alistair Forsyth?
Present.
Miss Victoria Harper?
Present.
I have apologies from Mr. Jeff Hutchison. Mr. Glenn Reynolds?
Present. Good morning.
Good morning. Mrs. Anne Sterling?
Present.
Mr. Brian Topping?
Here.
Mr. Lee Wilson?
Good morning.
Good morning. Keith Simpson, Licensing Standard Officer?
Present.
Lisa Godini, Licensing Standard Officer?
Present, thank you.
Sarah Ward, Licensing Standard Officer?
Present, thank you.
And Kevin MacDonald, Licensing Standard Officer?
Present.
Sergeant Neil Grant, Police Scotland?
Present.
Mr. Topping, I understand Sergeant Jill Flett is not currently present, but she may join us later should she become available.
That's correct.
Fiona Stewart, Deputy Clerk?
I'm here.
Thank you. Just to advise, other attendees in the meeting are our admin assistants, Delcia Borland, Beatrice Hay, Rashna Chimwala, and Jenny Mearns, who is live streaming. We've also got Lindsay Kimmett, Solicitor, Krista Young, Trainee Solicitor, and Clark Simpson, Paralegal. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Just before we go on to item 2, I'd like to give a very, very warm welcome to our brand new LSO, Kevin MacDonald. So a warm welcome to you, Kevin. Hopefully you'll find your new role interesting and challenging, hopefully. And we'll maybe hear from you later on after the meeting, hear a bit more about you. But a very warm welcome to you, and hope you enjoy the work with the Licensing Board. Also, as I say, Sergeant Jill Flett, this will be her last meeting. She's not actually with us at the moment, so we'll hopefully have a wee word to say about her and let her reply at the end of the meeting, the fact she's not with us at the present time. Okay, so we'll move on to item 2 on the agenda, Declaration of Members' Interest. And members, please state if you have interest to declare, and if you do have, please clarify the item number and the nature of the declaration, and whether or not you will leave the meeting. Is there any declarations? I take silence as that there's none. So thank you, board members, for that. Move on to item 3, resolution of equalities. Do you agree the resolution on equalities?
Agreed.
Yes, you're happy with that. So thank you very much for that, board members. Item 4 now is approval of the previous minute. The minute for approval for a correct record only. Can we agree it is a correct record, please?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Agreed. That is fine. Thank you very much. Move on to item 5 on the agenda. Application for premises, provisional premises licence, non-contentions. I'll hand over now to Deputy Clerk. We've got 5 in front of us. Deputy Clerk, please.
Thank you very much. The first application before members is an application for Esker Spirits Limited, 1 Westhall Workshops, Kincardine O'Neill, and this is an application for a new premises licence, which if granted will allow the business to expand to include off-sales to the public through online ordering. Off-sale hours only are sought, and these will be 10 AM to 6 PM Monday to Sunday. Police Scotland recommended a condition which has been accepted, and there were no other representations. The applicant has agreed to the conditions as stated in the board, and I would ask the board to consider granting the application together with the recommended conditions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Clerk. Again, very straightforward. We've heard the conditions have been accepted, so we're happy to agree number 1. That's Esker Spirits Limited.
Agreed.
Agreed. Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. The next one is Home Bargains, Unit 1A, Muirhead Road, Portlethen Retail Park, Portlethen, Aberdeenshire. Again, over to you, Deputy Clerk, please.
Thank you. This is a provisional licence application for a retail store. Off-sale core hours are sought Monday to Sunday, 10 AM to 10 PM. Building Standards noted that a completion certificate hadn't been issued but confirmed they had no objection on the basis that the application was for a provisional licence only and would be applied for and obtained prior to confirmation. There were no other objections or representations to the application, and the applicant has agreed to the recommended local conditions. Therefore, again, I would ask the board to consider granting the application together with the recommended conditions.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. Again, that's quite straightforward, so we're happy to agree.
Agree.
Agreed. Thank you very much. The next one, the third one on our list, is the Bank Cafe and Restaurant, the Bank 2, the Huntly Square, the Square Huntly. Deputy Clerk, please.
Thank you. This is a premises licence application for a cafe and restaurant premises in Huntly. They're looking for on-sales core hours Sunday to Thursday, 11 AM till midnight, Friday to Saturday, 11 AM till 1 AM, and off-sale core hours Monday to Sunday, 10 AM to 10 PM. Representations were made by Police Scotland and the LSO as noted in the report, and conditions were recommended. The applicant amended their operating plan and risk assessment to comply with the representations, and they have agreed to the recommended conditions. There's no matters outstanding, and I would recommend that the board grants the application together with the recommended conditions. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. We're all happy to agree. Recommendation? Agreed. I'll take silence as agreement, but thank you for that, everyone. Then number 4 is the Newmarker Golf Club, Newmarker, Aberdeenshire. Deputy Clerk, please.
Thank you. This is an application for a premises licence for Newmarker Golf Club. They're seeking on-sales only from 11 AM to midnight, 7 days a week. And representations were made from the LSO, and a comment was made from Building Standards. However, the applicant amended the operating plan, layout plan, activities matrix to comply with the recommendations. There's no matters outstanding, and I would recommend that the board grant the application together with the recommended conditions. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. Are we happy to agree, board members? We agree. Thank you very much. Now, the 5th one and the last one on this agenda item is Magnet, 11 Marshall Street, Peterhead. Deputy Clerk, please.
Thank you. This is a premises licence application for a retail grocery shop situated in the town centre of Peterhead. They're looking for off-sales only from 10 AM to 9 PM Monday to Sunday, and the LSO recommended conditions which were accepted. The applicant has submitted the certificate of compliance relating to the display of the site notice at the premises, and therefore I would ask the board again to consider granting the application together with the recommended conditions. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. We're happy to agree, board members?
Agree.
Agreed. Thank you. And I think, like a lot of the applications, I think the board, as normal, we want to say a big thank you to our LSOs and Police Scotland, because it's easy for us, this item's coming to our board meeting, but all the work that's done to get agreements and to get things in place is appreciated. So with that, move on to item 6 is applications for major variations non-contentious. We have 2 in front of us, and I'll pass over to the Deputy Clerk for the first one, which is Lidl, Unit 1, South Harbour Road in Fraserburgh.
Thank you. This is an application for a major variation of premises licence, proposing a change to the layout plan and increase of alcohol display due to re-merchandising of the store. The only representation was from the LSO recommending local conditions, which were accepted. I therefore ask the board to consider granting the application together with the recommended conditions. Thank you.
Again, quite straightforward, but thank you, Deputy Clerk. Can I ask for agreement from the board?
Agreed.
That's agreed, so thank you very much indeed for that. And the second one is the Gordon Arms Hotel, the Square in Huntly. Deputy Clerk, please.
Thank you. This is an application for a major variation of premises licence, and there were 5 parts to the variation as detailed in the report. Just to advise the board that the applicant withdrew the part to have the live music and the televised sport in the beer garden. Therefore, condition 9, as stated on the report, no longer required. Representations were made from the police, who recommended specific conditions as detailed in the report, including a 10 p.m. terminal hour for the beer garden. Representations were also made by the LSO, including a request to update the operating plan, the risk assessment, the activities matrix and the layout plan. They also recommended specific conditions, and the applicant duly complied with these requests and agreed to the local and specific conditions. I therefore ask the board to consider granting the major variation application together with the recommended conditions. Thank you.
Again, I think we would thank the officers. A lot of parts to this, and again, working together with the trade, it's good to see that they're happy to agree the conditions, which is for everyone's benefit. So is the board happy to agree with the recommendations in place?
I agree.
Agreed. Thank you very much.
Do we have a comment, sorry, from Mrs. Ewanson?
Oh yes, I just see that coming up now.
Yeah.
Ms. Ewanson.
Thank you. Just to clarify, the first proposed change there, the timing, Friday to Saturday, 11 hours, 100 hours to 1300 hours, I presume they don't mean 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, my understanding that was to be 1 a.m.
Yeah.
However, they changed it to 11. I understand they changed it. Then it was changed to 11 p.m. However, because of the conditions suggested, which is 10 p.m. from Police Scotland, it's now to be 10 p.m., which is exactly the same as they've currently got. So that part of the variations actually, it's been superseded. It's 10 p.m. for the beer garden, which is what they've currently got. I understand that was just a typo.
Okay, thank you. It was just to clear that up.
No, thank you, Ms. Ewanson, for that. That makes it quite clear. So thank you for your question. So now we'll move on to item 7. 7.1 is the Gambling Act 2005, section 349. I invite the Deputy Clerk to address this, then we'll take any questions or clarifications after that. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been involved in preparing this report. Thank you. Deputy Clerk.
Thank you very much. Yes, as stated in the report, the Gambling Act requires all licensing authorities every 3 years to prepare a statement of principles that they propose to apply in exercising their functions under the Act, and the current statement dates from 2019 to 2022. The board today is therefore asked to approve and adopt the final statement of licensing principles under the Gambling Act for the period between 2022 and 2025, which has been subject to review and public consultation. Members have the final version of the document at Appendix 1 to the report. The board is also being asked to approve and adopt the Aberdeenshire Licensing Board Local Area Profile, which is a new document providing demographic information which will accompany the statement of licensing principles, and that's found at Appendix 2. The revised statement of principles has had minor changes made, which are highlighted in red, and these mainly ensure that the statement complies with the updated statutory guidance published by the Gambling Commission last year. The amendments also provide new dates and current links. Most of the statement remains the same, as its terms are already considered to meet the requirements of the Gambling Act. The required statutory consultation was carried out on the draft statement and local area profile. This included consultation at the 6 area committees of Aberdeenshire Council and also online on the board's website from the period of the 24th of November until the 19th of January this year. The 4 points raised at Area Committee are summarised at 4.3 of the report and were incorporated where possible and addressed within the report were not incorporated. 4 online comments were also received and these are attached in full at Appendix 3. All online responses agreed or partially agreed with the proposed Statement of Principles. No online responses suggested any material changes to the Statement of Principles or the local area profile. A comment was made in one response asking for legislative changes to gambling policy, but that's out with the scope of the local authority and the review of the Statement of Principles. An integrated impact assessment was completed, and in total there are 11 positive impacts as part of the activity and no negative impacts. I'd therefore be asking the board to approve and adopt the Statement of Licensing Principles and Local Area Profile as per the recommendations at 1.2 of this report, and I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Clerk. Before we agree anything, can I ask if board members have any questions or clarifications? Only minor changes which again have been highlighted in red. I think there's 4 online observations. So are we then happy to agree the recommendations? I take silence as agreement, the fact there's no questions. But I think, again, can we just thank, I understand that I'm not sure who everyone was involved, but I know that our other Deputy Clerk, Fiona Stewart, I think was heavily involved with this. So to her and anyone else that was involved, on behalf of the board, a big thank you for all the work getting all this information together.
Chair, I can't take the credit. It was my colleague Lindsay Kimmett, together with Clark, our paralegal, that did the bulk of the work. I just pulled together bits and pieces at the end and helped with the integrated impact assessment. So credit where credit's due. I can't take the credit for it.
That is fine. I thought just the fact you sent it. But anyway, we meant our thanks for the work going into collating everything. So we just checking before we have date of next meeting, which is the 20th of April, which will be our last meeting. Can I ask if Sergeant Jill Flett has managed to join us?
I'm afraid not. She's still tied up with the Murray Committee. She reckons she'll be 2 minutes. If
Well, yeah, because we're actually about finished the meeting. The board happy just to hold on just a couple of minutes?
Yeah, happy to hold on.
Yeah, thank you.
If there's any delay that exceeds that, I will let you know. Yeah.
That is
She'll
fine.
just come onto this line rather than joining on a separate line, which should speed things up as well.
No, that's fine. Thank you for that. Because we do want to say our thank yous to her. I say we are at the end of the meeting.
It's unfortunate that the Murray Committee just seemed to extend a bit too long.
Are we stopping the recording, Chair?
Yeah, I think we could, but obviously I want to put it back on because the thank yous will be part of the recording, I would like to think.
Can put it on pause just now if you want, Chair.
Yes, that would be fine. Thank you, Fiona. Can I check that the recording is now back on?
I'll just check, Chair. Thank you.
Recording started. We're just checking the live stream, Chair.
Thank you.
Yep, that's us. Good to go.
Yes, so just before we have the last item, item 8, which is the date of the next meeting, can I give a very warm welcome. I know you've been busy, Sergeant Jill Flett. I just wanted to, I know this is your last meeting as you're taking very, 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 very early retirement. I think on behalf of myself as convener, from the whole board, you know, past and present members of the 3 boards that there used to be, you know, and also the officers as well, to say a massive thank you to you in your role, attending, you know, regularly attendance at board meetings and all the work that you and Police Scotland do, supporting the board and the LSOs and all the work with their legal officers, etc. So we just really wanted to put on record a huge thank you to you, Jill. We wish you all the very, very best in your early retirement, and wish you all the best. Would you like to say a few words, please?
I'll keep it brief. Yeah, thank you very much for that. I've really enjoyed attending all the boards and committees over the past few years. I can't believe that when I came up to the Banff one in February 2020, it was going to be my last and everybody's last for quite some considerable time. It's just been such an unusual thing we're all living through, but thank you very much. I've enjoyed the support. I've enjoyed working with everyone in Aberdeenshire, some of whom have actually become friends. It's been a pleasure, so thank you. And I'm leaving you in safe hands, particularly with your new LSO.
That's lovely. Can I thank you very much for that? So members, board members, we come to the last item, item 8, the date of the next meeting, which I've maybe mentioned earlier, but it's the 20th of April, which will be our last meeting. Can I please confirm that just to confirm the meeting has now been concluded and the recording will be stopped. Thank you all for your interest in the business and your participation in the meeting today. Thank you.